have seen the different movements of earth, okay, the earth movements and how the seasons occurs in the northern and southern hemisphere. And that video we are not yet completed, it is a half only it was recorded. And we are discussed about, I explained about the day and night, how day is to form and how night is to form, like that. And I have shown you one experiment also just before going that. I have shown you this is, if you think this is the sun, and if the earth is rotating, whichever part is in front of the sun, it is a daytime, and whichever is the back of that, it is a short dark light, dark shade, it is a night. The countries which are there on the earth's surface, these countries used to face is a daytime, and behind of that it is a night time. Isn't it, children? We are discussed like that. And in this chapter we are going to discuss about this how the seasons occurs. Okay, in this video you are going to witness how seasons occurs. Seasons, because of these the factors which affects the seasons are, what are the factors which causes to happen seasons are, first one is the spherical shape of the earth. What is a sphere? Sphere is a round shape. Okay, is it, do you know this? This is a sphere, isn't it? This is not a triangle. This is not a triangle. This is not a rectangle shape or square shape. This is called as a sphere. Because of the spherical shape of the earth, the seasons are occurring. This is just for example, this picture if you see, sometimes this eastern part faces towards the sun, and sometimes southern part faces towards the sun. Sometimes northern part faces to the sun, and sometimes western part faces to the sun. How it is occurring? Are you not getting that? What is that? Curiosity? How it is? Because the earth, when it is rotating like that, it revolves around the sun. Okay, sun is in the center. All this earth, it is tilting towards a quilt. I have last video I have told you what is a quilt. Quilt means just bending. And normally if it is in the 90 degrees, the spherical shape, if the earth is in the 90 degrees, if you feel like that, just bend like that, and 60 degrees, 60.5 degrees bend. That is a minus if you do 23.5 degrees bend, it was a tilting. Okay, tilt. See, it is not straight, it is a tilting too, like this. Same thing is happening. So seasons occurs in such a way that one is the sphere, because of the spherical shape, it is occurs, and daily rotation. Daily rotation is it is rotating itself. Day and night is occurring. And I have told you also, your friends if they are in the US, now we are in the, it is in the daytime for us. For them it is exactly 9 o'clock. It is a night time for them. Okay, children. So why? Because we are facing towards on the earth's surface, we are facing towards the sun. Our friends from countries in continents facing dark side of that. So they are in the night. And the next one, tilt of the axis. I have told you this is orbit, and on its axis it used to rotate itself. Okay. And next one is the revolution. What is the revolution? Revolution is also one of the factor which affects the seasons. Revolution means revolving around the sun. Revolving means it is rotating itself and revolving around the sun. So due to this, the seasons occurs. In this video, I am going to take you in the new way, new world. That is by showing some videos to you, children. Okay, let us observe that videos, and also you will have clear picture about this topic. Okay, all of you see next video what is going to come. Thank you.
Children, you are going to witness this sun and the seasons with the help of video. And here the picture you are seeing here, the sun and the seasons, and how the earth is rotating. See, all spinning objects have an imaginary line called an axis on which they spin. Look at this top. It seems as though a line is running through the center of the top. However, when the top stops spinning, the line vanishes. See here how the top is spinning itself. This is the earth too has an axis. See, this is a white line, it is an axis which passes through the north and the south poles. Okay, the earth also spins around its axis. Can you spot the difference between the earth axis and the axis of the top? Yes, can you? The axis of the top is vertical, but the axis of earth is slightly tilted. It is at an angle of the 23.5 degrees. It is an angle. Okay, so and the spinning of the earth around the axis is called, we have discussed already, it is a rotation. The rotation of earth always takes place of the same direction from the west to the east. Look at the picture, the earth how it is rotating from the west to the east. Okay, do you know how much time it takes? The earth takes 24 hours to spin around its own axis. Okay, once at once. And now the rotation of the earth. Look at this ball. The side of the ball facing to the torch receives light, while the opposite sides remains dark. We have discussed now how the day and night occurs. So here, while the earth rotates around its axis, only half of the surface faces the sun, isn't it? The portion that faces the sun receives light and experiences day, and the portion that darkness experiences the night time. Just our friends are backside of that. If the earth did not rotate, what will happen? The areas experiencing day and night would be permanently fixed like that. So, do you know, children, what is the circle that divides the day and night on the globe daily? It is called the circle of illumination, the circle which faces. And when the sun overhead at any point of the earth's surface, the time at the place is exactly 12 noon. See, the 12 o'clock it is, 12 noon it is. And now, as the earth moves from the west to east, the dark half gradually faces the sun. This movement produces dawn and dusk. The periods diffused light between day and the night also. So, the part of the day just before the sun rises in the east is called dawn. The part of the day when the sun sets in the west and there is still some light is called, it is called as a dusk. Okay, can you give another word for dusk? Another word for dusk is twilight. Okay, dusk is a twilight, another name. And see how when we are taking journey, when we are moving train, the objects outside such as trees, buildings seems to be moving in the opposite direction. However, in reality they are still like that. While the train moves, we are only moving, but only it gives the illusion. And as the earth moves from west to east, the dark half gradually faces the sun. This movement produces dawn and dusk, the periods of diffused light between day and night also. So, the part of day just before the sun rises in the east is called dawn. It is called as a dawn. And this is how you witness this dawn and dusk. The part of day when sun sets in the west, there is still some light is called, it is called as a dusk. See that, for example, it is Japan, which is on the earth's surface, you can witness very easily. So, and now here, let us see the revolution of the earth. The earth moves around the sun in a fixed elliptical path. The path is called its orbit. You have witnessed in the picture also. The earth moves in its orbit at a speed of 30 kilometers per second. See this orbit, how the earth is rotating. All planets also moves around the sun in fixed orbits. Each planet has a different orbit. Look at this. So that they don't bump into each other. They don't fight with each other. They don't crash with each other. The movement of earth around the sun is called revolution. Yes. What is the difference between the earth rotation and revolution? Let us find out. See, if you see the picture, the spinning of earth on its axis is called rotation, while the movement of earth around the sun is called as a revolution. You can see what is the rotation and what is the revolution. Okay, the earth takes 365 days, 6 hours and 8 minutes, approximately 365 1/4 day to complete one revolution around the sun. That is why a year has 365 days. Okay, that is 365 days is equal to 1 year. That is 1 year if you spend, that is 365 days. So, though the earth takes 365 1/4 day to complete one revolution around the sun, we take 365 days as 1 year. Okay, and we take it as like that. And the remaining 1/4 days are added to the year after every 4 years. Okay, the year with the 366 days is called a leap year. To which month a leap year will come? It is do we add the extra day? That is, in the leap year we add extra day to February. Okay, if your birthday is on February, every 4 years you used to celebrate, and the Earth's axis is always inclined in the same direction at the angle of 23.5 degrees to the vertical. This inclination of Earth's axis together with the Earth's revolution around the sun is causes the seasons. You can see how the northern hemisphere, southern hemisphere, and the eastern and western hemisphere faces towards the sun, and in which dates it is facing to in front of the sun it is coming. You can see the equator divides the earth into two halves known as hemispheres. Hemis means half. In position A, the northern hemisphere is more tilted towards the sun than the southern hemisphere. Hemisphere means half part. Okay, and now thus in this position the northern hemisphere is hotter and experiences the summer. Meanwhile, the southern hemisphere experiences the winter. Very severe winter, southern hemisphere. Why? Because here in position B, the sun rays fall directly on the southern hemisphere while they fall on the northern hemisphere in the slanting manner. See, in the northern hemisphere slantingly it was falling. What season will be southern hemisphere have? Can you say? And when the earth in a position B, the southern hemisphere will be very very hotter. It will be summer there. Meanwhile, the northern hemisphere will experiences winter. Automatically it coincides. Okay, it causes winter. Equi means equal. Nox means light, night. Equinox is the time when all places on the earth have equal duration of day and night. It is very important terminology. And each year on 21st March, you remember children, the spring equinox, the sun shines directly on the equator. Again, 23rd September, the autumn equinox, the sun shines directly on the equator. These 2 days are very important. See, and now the sol means sun. Solstice means standing still the sun. Solstice is either the 2 times of the year at which sun reaches its highest or lowest point in the sky at midnight. Okay, in the northern hemisphere, June 21st is the longest day and December 21st is the shortest day. It is. And so here if you see the summer solstice and winter solstice, it is the 21st June and 21st